Sup, YouTube? This is Big D and Shade,
Yo.
and welcome to Takoyaki Bites. This is where we're gonna give our opinions on one show this season, and
Give you some bite-sized information on what we think of different shows that we are watching throughout the season. Well, then my next one would be Rokka no Yuusha.
yup.
Oh, this one is it kind of I can't even say it started off slow. It grabs your attention. You're just kind of like you're in for the ride, and you're like, okay, what is this? What is even going on here? Because they don't necessarily explain, they just kind of throw you into it and be like, all right, have fun. I know you haven't necessarily watched everything for it, but at least you watched the first episode, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's having the dude in the very beginning just show up and being like, I'm stronger than all of y'all, and I'm going to face you guys right now.
Yeah.
Come on, come at me. And I'm like, this dude, this guy, his character, I absolutely love. I really do. I'm going to say it right now. I love his character. Even though he can be kind of a pain sometimes, and especially with, he constantly goes on, I am the strongest man. Or even the girl, the princess or whatever, at some point it's just like, can you stop that? Just stop that. That's becoming annoying. But, even then, it's like I appreciate his character because in order to be the strongest man in the world, as he keeps telling himself that he is, he's prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Like, he pulls things out, and I'm like, dude, you really got a plan ahead for that crap. And I'm like, wow. I take a great appreciation for the fact that, he is the definition of a Boy Scout. He really is, because he's prepared for it. It doesn't matter what it is. And he has a very sound, tactical mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate that as far as that goes, because, he... there was a small skirmish at this point that ends up happening, him with the princess, and they were fighting a whole bunch of demons, and she's... though powerful, is very inexperienced in fighting in actual combat situations. So he was pretty much calling the shots and just using her as support and the way that, he would suit him best. And I'm just, everything he's doing, I'm like, dude, God, he's like, I don't remember exactly how he put it, but pretty much he's like, I'll set him up and you knock him down. And he did that every single time. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you run that. That's how you do that. Because then, if you've seen the picture from the actual thing, the dude in the black comes along when the red-haired dude goes away. And he's like supposedly another strong person, but he's more a bodyguard to the princess. Like before he became chosen, he was already like the royal guard or whatever like that, so he kind of protects the princess. And they get into a fight situation with a bunch of demons and everything like that, and he's just taking them out. Which, is good on its own, but it's like, you could tell she was like, but I kind of wanted to do something too. And it's like, whereas with the red-haired guy, he was like very much a team basis, and he was like, okay, I do this, you do that, and we just knock them all out and just do this here. And it's like... with him, he like initially tried the black-haired dude to kind of do some teamwork stuff, but it's like that fell rather quickly. It was like eventually he's just like, nope, I'm just gonna just take him out on my own, and then he's like, are you okay? And she's just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's okay. It's good. And you're like, yeah, I almost felt sorry for her. I was like, aw, she wanted to do something, and you just are like, nope, I'm gonna do everything. And I'm like, come on, y'all kind of have to. And see, that's what I appreciate too, is like they're supposed to all work as a team because they're supposed to take out the demon god. And it's like, red-haired dude, he is a great team player. He knows exactly what to do. He can figure out everyone's strengths, everyone's weaknesses, and compensate for that. And that's very important in this situation. But like, yeah, the other dude, I'm like, yeah, you should not be put in charge because But anyhow, I'm very much enjoying it right now. Where I'm at right now, just because it's 4 episodes into it so far, They've just gotten to the point. I mean, if you read the synopsis for it, you can kind of tell where this is heading in a lot of ways. But like, there's supposed to be 6 warriors,
Yeah.
and they've finally now, after 4 episodes, all come together, and there's 7 of them,
Yeah.
and they're all like, okay, something's not right about that. That's pretty much right where I ended it at that point. So, but they have a very, very diverse and interesting cast of characters. And just, I mean, I haven't necessarily seen all of their abilities and what they can do, but, you know, the fact that the red-haired dude's very tactical and he just pulls gadgets and stuff out of nowhere, but he still manages to fight pretty well with the sword anyways. But then, like, you have the princess who uses, like, this almost wand, and she can like call blades to come out just in form, either big blades or small blades, and she'll form like multiples, and sometimes like at one point she used them almost as like a spear, where like an enemy was tumbling down a hill, and she put like a whole bunch of them as like spears at the bottom to skewer it with. Then you have the guy, the black haired dude, who's like, he's got a big sword, but like he kind of uses him in relations, like he has him attached to chains on him, so it's almost like a God of War type thing where he's just like moving the sword around that way and such. And then there was another one who uses guns. And I really, she's kind of iffy, but I really like her, just because it's very interesting how they did the dynamics with her, because you know, it's a gun, and it's almost like a flintlock kind of in a way, because it's like a single shot. But the way she gains more bullets is like she makes them appear like they'll grow in her hand, and then she'll just reload and she'll already be ready to go. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I mean, you kind of went around the whole, you know, you wanted to keep it fantasy, so you gave her not like, you know, an automatic gun, but you didn't want her to have her completely be, you know, outmatched just because she can only fire once. So you made it to where she can actually reload quickly enough to be able to actually still make, you know, her a power in its own right. So yeah, it's like I said, it's very interesting to see all the different types of people and different abilities that they can do. And I haven't even seen like the rest of them at this point, but I'm just curious to see what that does, and really curious to see where the storyline is going to go, because I mean, like I said, there's now 7 warriors and there's supposed to be 6, and everyone's very distrusting of each other already, so we're just all kind of like, well, this is the great way to start. We're all supposed to be killing a demon god, and yet everyone's just like, I don't trust any one of you right here. You know, so you're like, oh yeah, this is great teamwork. So
I was looking forward to that. I forgot to catch up.
yes, you do, because yes, that is, I'm really liking that one and where it's going. So how many episodes is that one?
It is 12.
Oof, no. They are not going to be able to get away with 12. I can tell you that right now. That is not happening. I mean, they've just barely met, and we're all together, and we're already 4 episodes into it. You know,
Yeah.
if maybe they did that in the second one, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they might be able to get away with just 12 episodes. Some be like 4 episodes in, and they're only just now getting together, and they're not even working as a team yet. I'm like, yeah, no, that ain't happening.
Okay. Well, all right, and that's been Takoyaki Bites, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.